Well, we're back and it's day two down in the basement here, and we're getting ready to check on my tray of future seedlings here. I've not peeked since I've gotten home, so I don't know if there's any action or not. And looky there. Looks like our blue kale is sprouting. Quite a few there. Looks like got a couple kohlrabi. One right there, one here. I don't see any of the golden acre cabbage yet. Or, nope, there's a Jersey Wakefield that's starting to break the seed coat. And then our Brussels sprouts, that's the one we identified the other day. There's another one that's breaking through. Another one. So at least three there. So that's awesome. We haven't lost a whole lot more water. Again, we started off with about a ½ inch. Everything is still nice and moist. So that's awesome. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and check the worm bin. Now the other night when I had a whole bunch of stuff to put in here, there were a lot of worms on the surface kind of moving around, but since I've had the lights going, they've kind of retreated down into the depths. But little worm cocoons all over the place. There's one here, there's one. It's kind of interesting. I dug up the apple core the other night when I was having to move it around, and all over the apple core were those little egg cocoons where the worms had laid their eggs or their cocoons around that food source. And again, inside of each one of those is potentially 5 to 6 baby worms that will hatch out when the conditions are right, i.e. moisture, temperature, all of that. And when I dig through here, there's a lot more. So we're looking at possible population explosion here in the worm bin. And there's some, they call this leachate. It's come from the bottom of the bin, probably from what I put in there the other night. It was pretty wet. So I'm not going to dig around on this tonight. We're just going to leave it be. I'm sure the worms are all congregated right here in this mass where I put a pile of food. You know, the trick or the challenge with this bin is going to be harvesting the castings. Again, I've not had a lot of success baiting the upper tray and actually getting worms to come up into that, you know, a whole lot of them. So I may end up having to do it the hard way and just dump it out and then kind of rake through, you know, until I can get the worms separated from the castings, and I'll do that if I have to. And who knows, if we keep going this round, things are going good, maybe I'll switch to a different bin. They've got something there. It's like a worm bag, urban worm bag or something that looked pretty slick, where it's you harvest the castings from the bottom. It's a flow through bin. So maybe we'll try that. Let's go back over here real quick. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see a few more sprouts, because I did put about 20 or so seeds in each of these. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have the cabbage. The other thing that's interesting is that the ones towards the back sprouted, like got more that sprouted here than here. So what I may do is flip these around a little bit, because that could be a function of temperature, where that area of the back of the tray is just a little bit warmer than the front of the tray. And partially because there's a little bit of a barrier back here in a wall, whereas it's open space out here. And we saw that last year with the mint lighter stuff. That seemed like the seedlings grew faster that were towards the back because the temperature was a little bit warmer. Let's see if we can switch that around without disturbing that a whole lot. Maybe what I'll do is just move that to the side. We'll go ahead and flip on the other set of lights. Well, my dad is supposed to, he's supposed to fly back, I believe, tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting, him coming back in town. My sister's tried to stock up on a few things, but I don't know, with them encouraging everybody to stay home and indoors, there's not going to be a whole lot going on. Might be a little bit of an adjustment for him. He's usually on the go. He's got kind of a little routine. Likes to go places, spend time at the senior center and the library, and then he's got a couple groups that he likes to hang out with. I don't know. He's probably not going to be able to do a whole lot of that stuff, so maybe he's going to be over here a little bit more than what we normally see him. I don't know. We'll kind of see. At work today, they're preparing everybody to work remotely. Setting people up with laptops or remote access. At least the business development and admin folks. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, whether or not we head towards kind of like a lockdown type environment for a little period of time or not. If they do, I am set up, or potentially I can work from home if that's a route we go. So it will be kind of interesting, to say the least, how things are going to play out. It's a good year to do a garden in light of all that, because I just think it's going to be more difficult to get food. I don't know. Again, we'll have to see kind of how things play out. They're talking about a stimulus package where they're gonna, give every American adult like $1,000 or maybe $4,000 or um, to keep things going. To help people out because there's a lot of people that just are out of work right now, like suddenly. A lot of business owners that are probably, if not freaking out, seriously concerned about what's going to happen next, given the fact that everything's just being kind of shuttered. My brother-in-law is a small business owner, and I know it's going to affect him a little bit as people, are spending money and are conserving money, maybe holding off on um, auto repairs and things that of that nature to because they're going to be at home, they're not going to be traveling as much. So I don't know. We'll kind of see how things play out. On a personal note, I know with you know churches around town, a lot of them have canceled all their services and gone online. I know we're in that mode where basically we're doing stuff at home and streaming services and trying to stay connected virtually, online. It's going to be kind of a new reality, and everybody's going to have to kind of figure out how to do life a little differently, um, which may not be such a bad thing as far as, slowing down a little bit and spend a little bit more time with family, um, depending on, what the environment's like and all that. I know for us, we're going to try to take advantage of the time, redeem the time, so to speak. Um, Spend quality time with the kids. Um, Spend time talking about things, maybe planning for the future a little bit, and just taking it one day at a time. I mean, it's really all you can do is just be thankful, be grateful, um, take one day at a time. Um, so, anywho, those are the musings for tonight. We'll try to bop down here tomorrow night and take a look, see if we've got any more progress. At some point, once we have a few more sprouts, I'll remove the lid altogether and to let everything grow and kind of air out a little bit so we don't have any kind of like dampening off or problems that way. And we'll see how things turn out. So I guess that's it for now. Until next time, happy gardening.